Hey, hello. Today is Monday, the 15th of February, 2021. How are you today? Have you got your water? My water's in a Coke glass. Coca-Cola. Anyway, there's still snow outside. I'd show it, but it's just snow with a bunch of footprints in it from the dog and from rabbits, so... Anyway, I guess the snow's been out there for, a week and a half at least? And there's supposed to be an ice storm tonight, starting at 5. So today is President's Day here in the U.S., which I don't think does anything except for close the banks. Maybe gives kids a day off from school, but everybody else works and stuff. And it's for, I believe, the birthdays of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I bought the kids and myself some chocolate. Look, I put little sticky notes on it, and that's my name with a heart, but this is some German chocolate I got at the Aldi. It's pretty good. I had 2 pieces of it already. I like the way these come, like, you don't have to snap them apart. They're all in single pieces. Anyway, and I wrote a little love note to Bob. He said he ordered me something and it won't be here till later. We don't usually do anything except for put a little bit of candy on the table. You know, I think I've shown stuff in the past. I used to put little paper hearts going down the stairs to the dining room table. But, you know, it's just a day. I mean, I don't even know how well, let's not go into the origins of it. We'll leave that to scholars. I got a package in the mail. I think it's some stuff. I think it's just some ordinary stuff I ordered from Amazon, but I figured I'd open it. I think it came yesterday. Hold on, let me get some scissors. I'm back. Yes, I think I'm spending too much money. Well, not too much money, but more than I usually spend. So let's cut this off. I already know what's in here. I don't order so much stuff that I don't know what I'm getting. That would be weird to me. I have to fit everything in my head. That's why when I get too much stuff, I start paring it down. So, let's see. You want to see inside? That's what it looks like inside. What do you think it is? First of all, I've got the Old Farmer's Almanac for 2021. So, I mostly want this I'm going to be planting with it this year. You know, because I'm going to do that gardening, but I usually use it for weather stuff. We usually plan, well, not that we're having any trips this year, but we usually plan our trips looking at the weather. They divide the country into regions. I can't tell you how accurate this thing is. So accurate for weather in the US. I don't understand it. And I don't think they tell people how they do it, so maybe there was a deal made with some entity, I don't know. But when I buy this in the grocery store, there's like a hole here. I guess so you can hang it. Yeah, this one doesn't have a hole, but anyway. It usually has little stories and little, you know, like folklore and stuff in it. Hold on, I gotta let the dog in. Let's see what else is in here. Alright, I got cord for putting on masks. So I had seen on Imo and Izzy's vlog that they had cord and little, I got these too. These are they're little, like little adjustable things to put on there. This is for making ties for on the masks. And they had where you could buy them already cut, but some people said it wasn't long enough, so I got 2 hanks. That's what these are called, hanks. At least they are with yarn. Okay, so I have a weird history of, well, I used to crochet, but I've also cleaned wool, and I've cleaned, you know, cleaned and combed wool, and I've cleaned and combed hair from rabbits, what do they call that, from Angora rabbits, and carded it, and I've spun it. I've never done weaving except for like child type weaving. I haven't done it on a loom or anything, but when I did used to spin, I was better at a drop spindle than the kind that's on a wheel. I don't even know if I could do it now, because I mean, maybe having shaky hands would be an advantage. But anyway, so look, it's all like a continuous thing of the stretchy stuff for making masks. I probably don't need this much, but we'll see. You can use it for other things, like look in this picture. they made a party hat for a dog. See, they have the little elastic going around. Anyway, so I bought that, and I bought these little, what do they call these? They had different names for them. Someone called them like buckles or whatever, but they don't work like a buckle. It's like a little, so it's a little, I think it said it was silicone, and there's a small hole on one side and a large hole on the other. And then you have these crochet hook type things. See, look, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a crochet hook looking thing. So you can put it through there and pull the doubled part through, you know, for putting on the masks. Because all I've had is like, I think I have I either have 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch elastic, because that was all I could get at the fabric store, at the craft store even. And because all the 1/8 inch was out of stock. So anyway, I saw, this is a longer story than it needs to be. I saw that Imo and Imo and Izzy had this. And so I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I looked it up because Bobby wants me to make him a mask out of that fabric for the one I made for Bob with the bees on it, you know. And maybe I'll make some more. They keep changing the recommendations on masks though. They're like, maybe you could wear 2 now, or I don't know. I like the ones that I like the way they look are those ones that it's kind of one shape that goes like this, you know what I mean? But when I've made those ones, I've had to make it with a pocket to put a filter in, because on the ones that go across like this and they fold like an accordion and it'll be tight here and open there, on those ones I could put like I used 3 layers of cotton. I used 2 on the inside and the outside. I used like regular cotton, you know, woven cotton, and in the center I used cotton, what do they call it, cotton fleece or cotton, it's not a woven thing, it's like, it's different. But I could sew it to one part of it. I can't really do that. I don't know how I could do it in those kind of wedge-shaped ones, but the wedge-shaped ones look better. I mean, do I want to look good or do I want to not get sick? Yes. Yes, please. Let's have both. So on Saturday, we cleaned out what we call the Tupperware cabinet, but it's 2 cabinets. They're attached on the inside, and there's 2 shelves in there. And it has bowls, containers, ceramic things for putting in the oven and cooking stuff, you know, baking items. I went through there and took everything out. So what I did was, we took everything out, and I matched all the lids to containers, right? And then everything I know that we use all the time, I put to one side, okay? And the rest of the stuff, if something didn't have all the pieces, and I could give it to like a charity, you know, because sometimes people will go in there looking for one piece of the Tupperware part or whatever. So I put those things in. Well, one thing I put in there was a glass pie pan. We have four pie pans. Pie pans. We have four. Well, we had 5, okay? So 2 of them were glass, Pyrex glass, and 2 of them are ceramic, and they're like, I don't know if they're Corningware or what they are. I mostly make pies in the ceramic ones, but I sometimes make other baking goods in the glass ones. I don't need 5, so I got rid of the 5th one. I put that one in to go to the Goodwill or wherever we end up sending it. And so out of the stuff I didn't know if we used, Bob found something that he uses, this steamer. I didn't realize he's used it. He uses this plastic steamer for steaming vegetables in the microwave. We used to have a smaller one, but I guess we got rid of that one before. So anyway, then I cleaned out the cabinet. The cabinet has like this kind of plasticky paper on it, on the inside, so you can clean it. So I took a bowl of warm water with dish soap in it, and I wiped out the top and the bottom, and then I dried it, and I let it air out for like a half hour. And when it was nice, I put all the stuff back in there. I put the stuff we use most on the left side because it's easier to open. The right side gets covered when we open the dishwasher. So sometimes we have the dishwasher open and we're trying to put stuff into that cabinet, so I'm usually putting stuff in from the left side, so I figured the stuff that we only use occasionally I'll put on the right side. And it looks nice and organized now, so I feel pretty good about that. Now I have to, so the rest of the stuff was plastic things that, like, say containers you got from the Chinese food place, and you might not ever use them again because I have so many containers. So I have them to go to the recycling because they're kind of flimsy, you know. Anyway, recycles. I don't know why I say the recycling. I say things a lot of weird ways. I have a weird combination of accents, and it comes from me living different places and my dad living different places, because I got some of my accent from my dad. Like, my dad was born and raised part of the way in Massachusetts, and then he moved to New York, and New York City, and his parents divorced, and his mom lived in Virginia, so then he'd go back and forth between Virginia and New York, and then I lived outside of Philly, like right outside of Philly. Like, you could walk down the street and you could walk 1 block and be in West Philadelphia. West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yeah, I look really cool, don't I? Anyway, believe it or not, I can handle myself, but I look really dorky. So, lived down in Delaware County near Philadelphia all my life. I mean, till I was like 18. Grew up in a lot of different places around there. We moved around a lot. But then Bob and I got married, and he was living in Alabama. So then I was in Alabama for my 20s. So sometimes I say things like a Southern person would say. And sometimes my accent just goes all over the place. So I'm not like playing around. It's just the way that my voice acts. My voice, I mean, sometimes I am. You can tell when I'm playing around. I'm usually trying to do a British accent, and then I end up in an Indian accent. All my accents that I try to do where you imitate an accent, I eventually end up in an Indian accent. I don't know why. Maybe because we know a lot of Indians. I don't know. So anyway, this is another, not quite off the rails, but definitely out of the ballpark. One has to do with a train and one has to do with baseball. So, I guess since I have these things, I'm gonna have to buckle down and finally change that needle on my sewing machine. I might have to put my reading glasses on, because I think I told you this before, but I have progressive bifocals. So down here is the reading part, but it's been, because of the lockdown, it's been like 2 years since I've been to the eye doctor. So when I read at night, I put on, like, you know, those cheap reading glasses. I can kind of see, like, I can look down here and I can read stuff, but it's not comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to read a whole book, I want to have the reading glasses on because I have it at a higher number. If you're young, you don't even want to know about this. You'll know someday. Believe it or not, everybody's close-up sight gets worse as they age. Anyway, so I'll probably have to put those reading glasses on to put that needle in. I keep putting it off. I think I'm going to cut myself with the broken needle. That's part of life. You put off unpleasant jobs. Don't want to cut myself today. There's me trying to do a British accent. What was the one I was doing the other day? I love saying in it. In it. There's another word too. I don't know what part of England or what, like, if it's only young people that say some of these words, but they're so different to me that it's fun to say. Anyway, I'm sure that's true for other countries. They probably say stuff that Americans say. Although I've heard people say howdy. Howdy! Someone actually said howdy to me. Was it in France? I was like, we don't really say howdy. I mean, there's a couple people that do, but I can see it's a unique word that originates from America, I think. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope you're having a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.